everybody, we are kind of out in the open here. I don't know how my cell reception is going to be, but I figured I'd make a video so that it uploads this way because my internet's been rough lately. I don't know if it's a Verizon thing or what, but I've been struggling to get my uploads up. So bear with me, but hopefully in the next day or two I can get a couple more. I have a couple more GoPro things from the from soybean harvest. Hey there, Troy. I'm out here in a 157 acre cornfield. I'm new, so I don't care if I can do this, but well, how's it going, Zach? This is my uncle's field. They worked out some sort of a deal where my uncle owns half of that 8120, and they worked out some sort of a deal with tillage. So here we are. Hey, Ethan. Here we are doing tillage for my uncle, and it's kind of nice to be in a big old field like this. I think they said they had about 80 acres left when we started today. It's, you know, long rounds, and I'm bored. So I'm like, usually I'm used to like short rounds turn. Thanks, Devin. Tad frozen and snow covered here in Alberta. Bummer. Usually I'm used to like short rounds and turns, and I wouldn't have time for a live stream, but I'm like, you know what? I think it's, what is it, 160 is a quarter mile by a quarter mile? I think. So there's some long rounds here. So I'm in the 8970. I got the Willrich V957 DDR 7-shank ripper. Our 8870. Nice, Troy. Appreciate that. Our 8870 is right over here. See if I can do it without bouncing too much. Thanks, Walker. The 8870 has a 5-shank DMI ripper, 3-point ripper on the back of it. He's buzzing along, probably at like B4, maybe B5. He's going a little quicker than I am. That tractor really shined last year with that rig in the mud. I was going faster, but today I'm fighting. We've had some rain and drizzle for the last 2 days. I mean, it's just borderline able to go. My tires have kind of cleaned up since I've taken over about 45 minutes ago. My wheel slip's only at 2%, which is good. But I'll get into a low spot where it's wet, and it's just, I'm battling it. Charlie. So we've been holding B3 pretty steady, which is about 3.8 miles an hour or so. And it seems to be going okay. So yeah, I'm just figured I'd do a live stream. So for one, it you know, post the video right away for you guys to see it, to let you know that I'm still alive. Had an 8970, love the Cummins power, one of the best. Yeah, it's a great tractor. The only thing we can't get it to do is idle down, and I don't know if you had those issues, but more and more I read about it, it seems to be a common issue. But I figured I'd answer some questions too if you guys have questions about it. But any of our operation stuff to keep me entertained here, because I'm only gonna run it for about 5 hours, and then I'm gonna get relieved, and then I gotta go to work again tonight. So I slept till 1 o'clock, and I woke up and I'm like, well, I might as well go be resourceful because I can't sleep anymore. And I work till 6 a.m. and then I work again tonight till 6 a.m. So luckily it's only an 11-hour shift tonight. I don't have to go to work till 7 p.m. So I'll do that, and I'm sure it'll be a blast. It's cold. It's about 27 or 28 degrees or something in my truck, I think, when I pulled into the field here. This is going to be interesting, turning around here. The SCV's, you know, this ripper is built heavy. 1 second, Kate, I'll answer that question in a second. I gotta, the SCV is set slow, but this ripper is really heavy. So I take my time turning around here. Stand by here a second. You guys can look at that for a second, because I gotta use that hand that's holding the phone. I have to hold the SCV pretty much right until now is when I have it fully up where the harrow won't drag, because one of the guys that was running it, he never really ran a ripper this big, and he told us he did, and he ended up busting a few bolts on that leveler on the back, which is whatever. We got her fixed. There we go. You can hear her bark. Alright, Kate asks, what do I do? So for those of you that are new or not sure, full-time, I'm a deputy. I work for a sheriff's office, and that's what I do full-time. Had it juiced to 450, never had idling issues, starters. Wow, you must have had a good one, or maybe that chipping helped that idling issue where it reprogrammed it or something, but we can't seem to figure it out. We've tried all sorts of things, and we cannot get it to, once it's hot, if I were to put it in park or neutral right now, she would rev to full idle, or full throttle, and then a little more. So, what gun? We carry Glocks. Lucas. There you are, buddy. So we're out here, and it's actually going. It's getting a lot better, and I think, I don't know if you can tell or not. Probably can't. Over to where this is already ripped, it slopes ever so slightly downhill, and then this is a little higher. So I think I am getting on drier ground. My wheel slip is still, I'm still fighting it here. The ground's wet. John Deere dealers won't touch the Cummins engine. Take it to the trucker place. Yeah, we might have to do that. We do have a good truck place around here because we've had John Deere and Case out, and they both point fingers because they're like, oh, John Deere's like, oh, it's a Cummins engine, it's a Case problem, and Case comes out and they're like, no, it's a John Deere problem, it's a John Deere tractor. So I think it's like 29 degrees. I can't remember what my truck said. It's not warm, but it's not cold either. How's it going, Zeus? Hello from Central Illinois. Howdy, howdy. So I'm gonna go for a little, I don't know, it's about 3 o'clock now, I think. Do I want a quad track? Yeah, I wish. We don't have enough acres to justify it. Does that Charger have a Cummins motor in it? My work car? No. She's got the Hemi though. Okay, we're selling a quad track. Nice. Coleman, how's it going? The 8960, nice. Lucas wants us to go Case. Commit treason against John Deere? No, we'll see. I'm not sure what we're gonna do here. Howdy, howdy there, Minnesota. You were the one that had surgery, right? How's that going? Oops. What do you like better, John Deere or Case? Don't much matter to me. We've always mainly had John Deere tractors, but the Case combine. So your videos make my day. Greeting from Ireland. Wow. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. How's it going? Wapakoneta, Ohio. What kind of truck do I have? You'll see it here in a second. I got a Chevy 3/4 ton. I have it parked at the end of the field here. Are you gonna get a new combine or better combine? I'm actually gonna make a video on that at the end of this year when I get out to the farm. We're not even close to our farm right now. We're actually close to my house. So when I do get out by the combine, I am gonna take a video of myself talking about that issue. It went well, 3.5 hours to do it. Spent the weekend in the hospital. Well, good to hear from you, buddy. What's your favorite tractor for ground tillage over 150 horsepower? I don't know. We've always used big 4-wheel drives, but you know, my uncle, I've used anything from like a, what was that thing, like a 60, what is that thing, a 6310 or something, and that was great on tillage with a little, you just throw, as long as you're equally matched with your implement, it's no worries, but this thing's like pretty good. Right on, Lucas. No, I don't have a Duramax. I really considered diesel, but I do not, I don't tow enough, and I do a lot of short trips where the diesel wouldn't even be warmed up enough to make it worth it. So, hello from France. Wow, howdy, howdy. What's my favorite truck? Mine. I like Chevy. I grew up with Chevy, but those new Ford, brand new 2017 Ford 3/4 tons or 1 tons, those are sharp. Hello from Michigan. Howdy, howdy. Pretty sure you pulled me over before. I don't know. Oh boy, that's funny. What kind of engine in the tractor? A Cummins. I think it's around like 425 maybe, or 400. We don't till anything anymore. Mostly big horsepower, pull air drills, heavy harrows, but mostly zero till this last 30 years. Nice. Lucas is the big Ford man. Your dad just got a Chevy though. John Deere, yeah, those are all solid tractors. What model is your combine again? So we have a 2002 Case IH 2388 axial flow combine, and it has a specialty rotor in it, and honestly, that specialty rotor, it's like a whole new league of combine. When we went from one that didn't have it to one that did have it, it was like, whoa. So if you find one and you happen to stumble across one that has the specialty rotor, that was sweet. Lucas has got Ford in his blood. Cummins is the best. Yeah, it's a solid running tractor and it sounds good. Nice power too. You can go low idle and yank it right along. What's my favorite tractor in the world? Honestly, I've never ran any of like the 8Rs, but I do like the look of the 8Rs or the front wheel assist rigs. There's something about those that just look sharp, but it's all good. John Deere combines, they do make a good combine. How many acres of crops did you harvest this year? I think we're around 1,400 acres. 8240 actually full. That'd be, yeah, that would, we would have to buy like probably 5 more semis too to keep up to that thing and another cart. Just want to say hi from Minneapolis. Well, that's not too far away from me. I'm about an hour from you right now. Hey, Mike. I love farming and it makes me happy, I know. Nice. From Australia. How's the Audi? You should come out to the How Farms Workday next year. Honestly, I might try to do that. I think it'd be fun to meet a lot of you. And if he does that, I might try to, if he gives enough notice, and like he usually did, I think he gave plenty of notice, I might, you know, take the day off of work that day and drive out there. How many acres for this field and what length? So we're in a 160 acre field, which I think is called a section out here. I don't know because we don't have any of these, but I believe it's a 1/4 mile. You can see the corner. By a 1/4 mile goes up to the stop sign over there. And so they're long rounds, and Lucas is in Faribault. Cody Schultz is in Faribault. Fergus Falls, I got relatives up there. Let me turn around, Jake, hold on. Ground's hard packed. There's my truck. There we go. A little tight turnarounds. Kind of wish we had the GPS set up where we could skip rounds or had that capability, but it's just not practical because this GPS kicks out. And honestly, I'm not even looking at it. But if you get going and you're you know, skipping rounds and all of a sudden your GPS kicks out and you're in the middle of the field trying to do the skip round, you're going to be screwed trying to figure out where you need to drive. Then you end up having to go back down the entire field just to clean up a little strip. 640 is a section. I don't know, you tell me. We run 6-row Cornet on a 1100 Kinsey. Wow. Nice. Travis showed himself driving that 8370R. That is a beautiful tractor. Our local John Deere dealer has one in their lot, and it's just beauty. Where can we meet you? Maybe at that farm day. I'll keep thinking on that, but I think it'd be fun. Is that tractor good on fuel consumption? Yeah, it hums right along. You can idle back. You don't got to have her wide open, and it does just fine. What are you doing there? I am ripping the ground. So this is a harvested cornfield, and we're tilling it back, burying the trash so that it decomposes, and getting rid of this ground. You can feel the compaction as we're going across it in a few spots where the cart drove, and they even have a smaller cart, but it's just, you can feel it. We're just breaking up the soil, and a lot of people push no-till, but it just doesn't. Some guys do it. To get the production that farmers need, we have to till where we are. You should do a meet and greet. I'll help you out. Yeah, maybe someday if I get a little bigger, you know, you might have to do something like that. I'll bet I see you at Rochester with the APD. What's APD? What do you mean there, Minnesota, Oliver? How were the corn and bean yields this year? Beans were alright. Everybody kind of had beans that were like 35 bushel to 40, maybe lower 40 bushel, and they're kind of they were nothing special. The corn, thanks Bob. The corn, we tried that non-GMO this year, and weed control was an issue. It didn't perform like the more expensive seed what did, like the, you know, not conventional, we planted conventional, like the regular, like decal and the regular GMO corn, but then again, that costs more, but some of that conventional corn was just as expensive, or just about as expensive as that, so I think he's switching back to regular corn next year, regular GMO corn. A bunch of Alberta were talking about going next year to the farm days, but bringing beer, can't go dry. Oh, that would be a good time. We have 380, 370 hours, 24 hours a day, pulling 9,500 gallon manure tanks, northwest Iowa. Sweet. That 8870 over there, that tractor actually used to do dragline work in Iowa. And that's where we got it. And the Anoka Police Explorers. Ah, right on. That makes sense. Doesn't your uncle own a farm? Yeah, that's the field that we're on right now. But I work for my uncle's brother, if that makes any sense. He's not actually my uncle, but it's my uncle's brother. We're averaging 210 to 220. Wow. Outstanding. It seems outstanding to me. I don't know if it is normally for you guys or not, but it looks great. Pump hog barns, cattle barns, nice. It's a busy time of year for you guys then. We don't like the drag lines. Huh, why is that? I would think that's way more efficient. I don't know much about it though. The guys that come in and do my uncle's hog barns, they always do the drag line. You can see it's a big field. It takes a long time to get to the other end. And have you been ripping all day? Nope. I slept till about 1 o'clock. Then I went and checked on my uncle because there was 2 guys running the rippers, and I said, well, go check on him and see how he's doing combining. He's got 30 acres to go, and the corn's getting a little wetter. It's at 22%, and he's like, no, I caught my wet tank. Go see if they need help on the rippers. So I offered to take over until I go to work here, and they're like, sure, hop in. Here you go. So here I am. What do we got here? I just had a blast of comments. A mile by mile, 640 acres is a full section. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Rob, you're right. I'm in a quarter. That's what it is. No mow override plowing? We thought about it. We considered hooking that onto the 8870, and then the 8870 got hooked onto that ripper, and to be honest, it's just, I don't know, like, when I started out today, it was iffy. If, like, for the ripper, I'm spinning. Like, right now, I'm, like, pushing, I gotta cheat up a little bit. I'm pushing 10% wheel slip. Plowing, I think, would be a workout, especially that tractor without the weights. We were slipping last year. Hello from Central Missouri. Howdy, howdy. No corn or beans in Alberta. Too cold. Short growing season. Just corn silage. Huh, nice. Our beans were yielding 60 to an acre, close to 250 for corn. Oh, wow. Congrats. Seems like it's pulling hard. It is today. It really is today. Drag line that goes 2 miles. Wow, I can't even imagine the pump that you need to run that. It is pulling hard, but that's why I'm going a little slower than I was in that other video that I posted earlier in the year. But we're making it work, and we're still chugging along because this is just what Mother Nature's going to deal us the rest of the year. Northern Ireland, howdy howdy. This is how Mother Nature's going to treat us the rest of the year, so we just got to take what's dealt to us and push through it and keep going like this. So yeah, winter can be interesting here. Hi from Wisconsin, howdy howdy. Oh, that's gotta smell great, Lucas, if they're spreading behind your house. We don't like them because the holes, and we did a contest between 3 tanks and a drag line, same size field, same gallons of it. Wow. Wow. But is there any difference in, like, will somebody preach that you can do it more efficiently with a drag line, less fuel, blah blah blah, and less guys? Or is, I mean, I know it's all about getting it done as fast as you can though, and if you can do more jobs you get more money, but I'm just curious if it takes less tractors to do a drag line though. I know you still got to run the pump and you got to run the stir thing and then all sorts of stuff. Appreciate you reading all the comments. Yeah, I read them. I'm trying to read most of them all out. I'm skimming it because I got stuff to pay attention to too. But otherwise, when you watch back on these live streams, I've noticed it's like they're just randomly answering questions and you don't know what the question was. So if for those of those people that didn't get a chance to watch the live stream and you know, they watch it later and they're like, you know, I understand that everybody can't you know, make the live stream, and it's right in the middle of the work day. But when everybody's going to be off work, I'm going to be going home getting ready for work, so I had to do it now. Turn around again here. Get caught up on comments here in a second. I gotta turn back in. I'm trying to make the headlands as clean as possible. Ooh. Listen to her bark. Watching from Cancun. From Chicago, Illinois though. Cancun. Outstanding. Soak up some warmth for me. Stirring the dirt. You know it. You know it. No, I don't, Ethan. Ethan, do I have a girlfriend? No, I barely have enough time to sleep as it is. Lucas, you got your dad with ya? Just started to rain here. How many horsepower is that thing cranking out? 425 or so, I think. What's cool is I'm 11 and I run the combine by myself. Sweet, Bob. Keep it up. That's awesome that you're able to do that. Oh. I suppose I'll let it go about a half hour, 40 minutes, and then I better call it. Here we're pulling hard right here. We're slipping bad. Oh yeah, your dad would give me a hard time there, Lucas. That ripper pulls hard. It really does. It's built heavy, and it does a good job though. Oh, let's see here. The pumps, this part, we don't like to have 5 internationals. They run 1 cheap. Makes sense. Hello from Holland. Wow, thank you. Well, Lucas, I realized the other day when I logged on, I've just been uploading, and I was like, holy smokes. Old farmhouse burned down in the 1900s. I was like, wow, I am behind on comments. What the heck happened? And I didn't realize that I was like 3 weeks behind. So I apologize. I was working at night, pushing to finish harvest. I barely had enough time to get videos uploaded, let alone comment back on them. I was reading some of the comments, but in terms of commenting back, I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was that far behind. So I apologize for that. Seems like quite a bit of issues with the combine this year. You're going through it before next year. Yeah, so I'm going to do a video on it. A lot of the issues got worked out or fixed. I'll do a talk on, you know, the combine and the end of the season thoughts on that. Southwest Ontario, howdy. Hi Miles, hi Zach. And where are you from? So we're in southern Minnesota. How do you like working overnight? Love it. I love it, because I can do stuff like this in the afternoon when I wake up. You should trade combines for a bigger one. Yeah, if only money wasn't an issue, we would. The 88 stopped. He must be having an issue. If he's still stopped by the time I get back to the other end of the headlands, I'll have to go check on him, and I'll probably shut you guys down. But by the time that happens, it'll probably be 30 minutes, 35 minutes long at least. Go see if he needs a hand. Did I miss anything? Should probably trade combines. Yeah, I wish. What's up from Billy, Old Fort, Ohio? Howdy. You know, I'm looking here. Hey, Hunter. You can see there's a difference in color right about like halfway through your screen. I don't know. I took over like a couple passes this way on that lighter colored stuff. I can't tell like if that's where the 88 was with that DMI ripper, if the DMI ripper is doing a better job covering it, which I think it is. But it's a 5 shank and the shanks are a lot closer. So it's no dig to this thing. This thing still does a great job leveling it out, especially. It's not as clumpy. That thing doesn't have a very good finisher on the back of it. How fast am I going? Only about like 3.5 miles an hour. Lucas thinks I should find myself a country grill. We'll work on that this winter, Lucas, when I got more time. How about that? Watching from the deer stand in southern Michigan on opening day. I better be quiet then so I don't scare the deer off. Maybe have headphones. Why plow and rip in the same field? No, we're both ripping. He's going again. We're both ripping, but when we did used to do that, the reason we did that was because you can plow the long rounds if you like the plowing, and the ripping does the short rounds and the headlands, and you're way more efficient. How's it going? Hunter says it's humming along. No. New subscriber here from Toronto. Howdy, thanks. Do you rip corn and soybean fields? Because we only do the bean fields. See, we only do the corn fields. The bean fields sometimes get ripped if there's like some wet spots we like to air out better, or if there's ruts that we made with the combine. Then we'll do it. But other than that, we don't do that. Yeah, your Lucas, I just talked to your dad. He said you ran some meat over there. That's awesome. Ripping is common method of tillage around here, it looks like. Yeah, it really is. Gotta get over to Kent. Huh. We can go 7 miles an hour with tanks in the field. Holy smokes. My buddy sent me a Snapchat. He's in like a 95-60 RT, or sometimes they run it on like a 620 quad track. It's like these 40-foot vertical tillage tools, and they are just screaming across the field doing like 45 acres an hour. It's insane. How many acres altogether do you work? The guy I work for does 1,400. Plow slower than a ripper. It absolutely is. It burns a lot more fuel and it's not as efficient. Gotta go to Kenyon for a good gal. Well, how many acres do you farm? 1,400. You're lucky you got done early. We still have over 700 acres left. Bummer. Yeah, I know. I feel bad for a Minnesota millennial farmer. He is just fighting it. Sweet. Sweet there, Miles. Hello from Poland. Boy, a lot of, howdy. My Snapchat, I'm not to that point, guys. I can barely keep up with my, like, 40 friends that I have on Snapchat. I'm not a big social media guy outside of YouTube and Facebook, but if I get a lot bigger, I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Must be on the north side of town. Looks pretty flat. We're on the east side of Faribault, and yes, it's very flat out here. Can go really fast. We have a 165 Puma with a 4,000 gallon tank, can do the same as Cole. That seems like a big tank for a tractor. That's wow. 5,000 acres, Bob. Busy dude. All right, stand by here. Gotta turn around again. I also have to try not to hit my truck with the tail swing of the ripper. Let's get caught up here. Have you ever had a bad experience while combining? We've had plenty of our fair share of poor experiences, especially this year, but seems like we always have something going on. There's always something. Any combine will break down. That's what I'll say about that. Well, gonna go, got basketball triads. Thanks for checking in, Lucas. Really get them. Snapchat's not for me. Yeah, I really put it off for the longest time, and I don't use it a whole lot, but yeah. Steer axle, yeah, we've had our fair share this year. 2,500 acres, that's very respectable. It runs real nice, power shift, nice. And steer. How deep do you run your ripper? Oh boy, now you're testing me. I'm sure we're about, 8 to 12 inches in the ground. I don't know for sure. Maybe not that deep. For sure, probably about 8 for sure. Yeah, we were lucky we just finished harvest. At the end there, we were chucking the aerial hose off, chucking that snout off the bean head. Just barely crawled across the finish line. $500 dairy. 2,500 beef. Holy smokes, got your hands full. What is the other ripper you have now? That's my uncle's. We can maybe see it here if we zoom in. It's a 3.5 shank DMI ripper there, and he's buzzing right along. Has the boss man ever considered a John Deere combine? Yep. Yep, he has, but the thing is, consider is, like, we really thought about it after the combine fire. It's hard when you own the corn head and the bean heads. That's the thing that a lot of people don't think about. We have to replace all that stuff too if we switch, switch brands. I love watching your videos, love farming. Thanks for checking in, Kyle. 2,000 acres, nice. Ripping going okay. Had frost set in early and couldn't get the ripper in the ground. Yeah, it did. As we've been having drizzling rain for like the last 2 days, and it's pulling hard, going a little slower, it's spinning, but it's going. Would it be easier and more efficient turning on the headlands and skip across the field and work your way back? See, it would if we had the auto steer and I could set up, like, skip a pass and then come back in and fill my gaps, but our auto steer doesn't steer, and I could maybe do that, but if it kicks out, then I am like on my own to guess where I need to be steering, and then I end up leaving a strip and I have to come back across the field to steer. So someday, if when auto steer becomes a little, not saying we don't use it, because usually we're not in fields this square. It's almost essential in a field like this, but our little fields, a lot of turning and stuff, it's not as big a deal, but it would be nice to have someday. But you can see, like, if I were to skip way over there and work my way in, it's a lot of wasted time on the headlands too. It's like the same as plowing. So the way I'm turning, I'm leaving a little strip, but then I'll just go once along the headland and clean that up, no problem. What's your favorite job? Mine is driving the combine. I really enjoy the harvesting itself too. Between either that or running the cart, as long as I'm out in the field with the combine, I really enjoy that. Even though there's a lot of headaches, but I enjoy the logistics and trying to figure out semi here, we're gonna move here, park a truck here, and rock and roll type stuff. So looks like his is covering better. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. And we're spinning bad right now. Come up to Nova Scotia, I'll take you for a couple trips. Looks like it's gotta go, I better pay attention because I'm stock chopping corn stalks for the winter for beef farm. Nice. Auto steer takes all the fun of it. Yeah. You gotta have multitasking skills, be able to steer and do a live stream, huh? Yeah, I like John Deere. Yeah. I love grain carting. Yeah, I do enjoy the grain cart quite a bit. Does the other large 4-wheel drive, that's the one the wagons do all the plowing this fall? Yeah, so that's what we were pulling the wagons with over there. And now it's on a tillage rig. And you can see that every tractor that we have has more than one job. And that's why, yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's a perfect size tractor for those 2 wagons. But a lot of guys disagree, but whatever. But here it is doing ripping now. So it's got to have more than one job. I'd love to go live on a farm. Yeah, I'm hoping to find my own farm someday. Cops are good at multitasking. Yeah. You got to be able to. How many acres do you have? So we do about 1,400, I think, is somewhere in there. Guy kept talking about the same thing. I don't even know what he was talking about. He's getting all worked up. I see sometimes drag my dad and uncle to harvest on him. Yeah. sometimes you gotta go, and keep on slamming. Dude, he's just about got that side of the place polished off. Do I plant sweetgrass? No, we don't, but there are a couple people that do around here, and the canning factories come in and mud it out. Wish I could be in the tractor now, drizzle and rain all day. Yeah, see, that's what we had yesterday, and we're kind of battling it right now just to keep pushing forward. This is the last field that my uncle has to do, and then we'll be back out in our fields. So I think at the start of the day they had 80 acres left, so they should finish tonight. How many shanks does the Willrich have? It's a 7 shank. It's a 7 shank. How deep are you going? I think around 8 to 12. I honestly don't know, guys. Sorry. Especially when it rains. Come on, I hate the crappy whipper. Yeah, it's the worst. That's a 5 shank over there. That's part of the reason he's able to go a little faster too. You go a little faster, you get the dirt. My uncle always called it the explosion of dirt. You know, dirt flying up and covering down. Why not plow anymore? Just because less efficiency? Yeah, that, and it just takes more time. And not saying we won't this year, but likely that we're going to finish it off with the ripper. We're just getting pressed for time. It's time to get done. So we're likely going to rip. This ripper does very comparable. You know, we've been very pleased with it, with the job it does compared to the plowing. So, excuse me. I'm gonna wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes, guys. I'm gonna take a couple GoPro videos out here, and then call somebody to come and relieve me, so that I can go to work tonight. I was interested in what you said on the OLF video. Gosh, I remember commenting. See, I've just been so busy. I don't even remember what I commented. Can you remind me there, Joe? It was something I was oh, it was the skid loader forks. Yeah, he's really good at operating that thing, and I know those cabs are reinforced, but I'd hate for one of those bales to flop over. I'm surprised he hasn't just welded 2 beams up, you know. I know that takes away from your lifting weight, but boy, you'd have the peace of mind that the bales aren't gonna fall on you. My dad works at Senecal. I'm not sure what that is there, Jerry. Or is that canning place in Montgomery? Do you work for a farmer or you work for a yeah, so this is my uncle's brother is who I work for. Keep my dog in the cab when I harvest. Nice. No dog in here. I found out I was allergic the other day at work, which was wonderful when I tried to do canine. So that didn't work. Oh well. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. How fast? We're going 3.5. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. It's been almost 40 minutes. Blasting through my data. Oh well. Just glad to check in and chat with you guys. And thanks for watching. I appreciate everything. And you know, now that we're slowing down a little bit, I should have more time to catch up on my comments. And you know, the videos might slow down a little bit, but I'll still be posting stuff here and there. You know, winter, there's not a whole lot going on, so hang in there, and I'll still be here, and we'll be back in the spring. You'll see us getting everything ready and whatnot. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a good night. We'll check you later.